to the vlog. I hope I keep this up. We have an exciting weekend ahead, but first we have to open this. It is Tuesday that I start to record this week, and this arrived last Thursday. The smart thing to do is to open your packages when they arrive. So if something is the matter, you can let the people know. Don't do what I'm doing, because if something is the matter, it's a tad too late to fix it now. Okay? I'm forced to open this now, not forced, mind you. I have to open this now because I'm running errands today. I have other personal matters going on, so I couldn't take a lot of work this week. I had to, but I think I had a flower order come in yesterday. I'll confirm Lumagoma. I think I have a flower order. I just can't take any more cake orders this week with everything that I have going on, and that I'm committed to making the wedding cake for my friend's wedding. This is a steel stand or cake separator. You've seen those. This is a side one. Take care of your things. Take good care of your things so you're not like me having to repurchase this. I have one. I bought one. I used it last year, I think around the Easter time. Then there was a breakdown in getting it back to me, and part of it is my fault in that I left it for too long, and it moved too many hands and it just hasn't gotten back to me. So don't do that, so you're not having to order the same thing over and over again. Do, however, when you are costing your cakes, charge your separators and your stand at a rental cost. It doesn't matter if you're adding like an extra $50 than you would to that usual cake, because it is a rental item. It quite just literally, it's a mechanic that is a rental item like anything else, like a table, like any other kind of cake stand. So yeah, I need to take it out of here. I think it's because they gave me the right one the last time and it's perfect. I need to have it modified to function in a way that feels safe and secure and sturdy to me. I did it the last time as well, and that just gave me a comfort. That cake was a lot larger than the one I'm making this weekend, but you know, your welder should be able to make this. My welder and I have tried. I think we used the wrong thickness of steel. Anyway, he modified it for me the last time. It wasn't much to do really. I'll show you. There. You put that in between your layers, and then it's got this like floating effect that gives the cake a little bit something extra. I need a pin here. So I need like a washer bolt pin situation that I can screw on and screw off for storage purposes. So that's right, and then one also here, so that I can like stick it into the bottom tier, and then the top tier can also can have a pin going into it. That way I know that the cake is going to be nice and sturdy and secure and stuff. So I had to take, I had to see that my size is right and everything, because I need to go to the hardware on my errands, and I'm very happy to take you guys with me. Hopefully I get to record everything while I'm running my errands, and you guys can see how I get my things done. And hopefully my oldest another one won't call it lately, but I'm just gonna ambush him. If I tell him ahead of time I need this done, it's such a small project, he's busy with bigger projects, he's just gonna act like, yeah, I'll do it. I need to show up there teary-eyed, just a damsel, distressed and all of that. Yeah, I think I can do that.
Don't ask me why. What's going on, friend?
Like, I'm okay.
2 maybe. If you can do 3, that's cute. I need a power bank. You'll make a sense.
Danny,
You'll make a sense. Power bank.
you need a phone.
Dude, I need a lot of things, Banda. Why do I need a phone now?
You need a phone. The phone is old, dog.
My phone is working. Have you ever called me Wasinkumane? Have you called me Wasinkumane?
It's okay, Toma. Ektamonya power bank, you need a phone.
No, I vlog. I actually use my battery. If I'm not using it, it lasts just fine.
You need a phone, though.
Still Tuesday, and I decided to bake the wedding cake sponges tonight because I've got tons going on tomorrow. It's so late. It's probably like past 9 or 10. Let me see. It's gone after 10 or something. Yeah. So these are gonna go in now, and I'm gonna get to tidying, and I will worry about other things tomorrow.
I knew it was tired.
She's sweet, no matter what. This room.
I want little wives to come and tell what they dreamed of and who they felt like was missing. And I'm curious, because it's what we do.
Power and sex.
That because my dad had an extra,
Some
my mom and my siblings that were still there were removed from the house.
this is literally bringing in millions of dollars a month. I could sit.
Months before I had the guts to write a note. I really like this girl. She's really cute. And she likes me, and it feels so cool. And it's
A man marrying an underage girl, pulling up to this building and seeing the word hotel.
I shared this 2 recipe white chocolate ganache with you guys. This is another way of making it, right? 3 parts chocolate, 1 part, the ratio is 3 to 1. 1 part cream, fresh cream. Okay, you can put them all together like I did in that video. I posted the video, and melt them at once. But I find that sometimes something is too cold and another thing is at room, and then it just doesn't, like, they don't get hot at the same time, and that could cause splitting when you're trying to mix them all together, which is not ideal. So doing them separately and then combining them is safer for somebody who's still learning. Like, your ganache will definitely turn out right that way. Because if the cream is too hot, it splits and it's not a look. Then your cream doesn't come together, and that's a lot of chocolate to waste because it's about like 2 grams here. Is it not 2 grams? 2 kgs, 2.4 kgs of chocolate to 800 grams of cream. That's a lot of chocolate. That is a lot, and chocolate is so expensive right now. Everything is cuck expensive actually. I can't. But anyway.
Because all of the marriages were arranged.
Then you get married the same day they tell you to get married.
I'm a cops and robbers reporter.
You know, a lady down the street is alleging that Mr. Jessup has a 16-year-old girl living here and is going to make her his wife. The mother's not very happy about this.
It's not true. In essence, this was really just a flock of young women that the prophet can dole out because the currency of the realm is a young bride. Theology, God ordained, God, but where the rubber meets the road, it's men controlling women and their sexuality.
He would pop up to perform marriages and then vanish again. We knew.
We're doing my least favorite thing. We're making caramel, but this is the last thing we do, and then all the fillings are done.
I'll never forget.
All right, what's all done? A big batch of buttercream, all wrapped. Swiss meringue buttercream, a big batch, 2 big batches of, what is this thing called? White chocolate ganache. So 2 kgs, 2.4. And here of chocolate, and in there caramel. I need to wrap that up. You guys are not going to be able to see it. It was going to go steamy because it's still hot. Dark chocolate ganache, because I prefer to crumb with this. You crumb with what you want, girl, okay? Honestly, it's a headache crumbing with this. If the cake starts to have cracks in it, trying to get the brown not to peek through with the white is a headache. I just feel like it makes for a sturdier cake. But honestly, I crumb with this sometimes as well. It's all good, you guys. Some strawberry compote. It's red, I promise it's red. Some lemon custard, then vanilla custard. Then the other fillings are just cream cheese and cookies and cream. So I will get that cream cheese out of the fridge, mix it with some of these and some crushed biscuits, and then some coffee buttercream as well. So I'll just be adding coffee and chalk chips to a small batch of this buttercream, and that will make our fillings for our wedding cake and stuff. So yeah, quite a bit goes into putting fillings together. I want to prep the boards. It's a bunch of cake boards I need to prep, so I don't have to do it tomorrow. So I'm gonna do that now.
The boards, this part is important, okay? I have a silver board here. It's a thick one, but it's the cardboard kind, but it's nice and strong for a regular cake. It's silver. The cake is white. I need a continuation, so I've got a Mesonite 12-inch to stick on top of this. It's also gonna add like rigidity, like, you know, restructure that a little bit, make it a bit stronger for us. But also it's gonna give me that white base that I want to work with, because I don't plan to put like fondant or anything to cover the board. So the cake is just gonna look like white, and then there's no just this harsh disruption with the silver. Initially I was going to spray paint along here so that even when it's set like this and you're taking pictures it doesn't show, but I'm looking at it and I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be the end of the world to have it like that. Then I'm going to stick down a 10-inch down here again to reinforce it and add a little rigidity, because I'm stacking like the bottom tier is a lot. I won't be putting a central dowel through this particular cake because we have the stand. We have the, it's also not traveling stacked. I have to finish stacking it on site. I do love a central dowel though, even if like one dowel that runs through all the tiers, right? A stick in the center, that's what that is. But I'm not gonna do that with this because I have a cake separator that's gonna sit, like it's just functionally it's not gonna work for this design for us, so we don't need to like make a hole or drill for anything like that. The top tier is rather small, a 4-inch. I don't have 4-inch boards. I have these cardboard, but like a strong kind of cardboard. I'm going to use, I usually use 2 of these. Again, make it nice and strong and rigid as the base for the 4-inch top tier. And I'm gonna have to like measure this out here and cut it down to size such that it fits and it's under the cake and it's not peeping through. And this is for our middle tier, the 6-inch. It's a 6-inch cake board, and we're gonna make a hole. We need to make it like sort of big enough. I'm actually thinking I want to do this in the morning now because I don't want to be dealing with the dusty bits and all of that stuff. This is Mesonite. Make a hole that's a little big enough that I can like maneuver and not too small, because we have a dowel going through this into this top tier like that, and that I do need to have a dowel supporting the top one. These are like little dessert boards, and I'm gonna make a partition board for this because I'm stacking 2 of these and I can't stack one long one. I prefer not to, so I'm gonna have a partition, like a board in between and then the other one on top. So there isn't really much today. I'm about to really go to bed. I will cut this one tomorrow. I'll be sticking these down using hot glue because my favorite glue is, let me show you guys, let me share with you guys this glue that I use that is tougher than anything I've ever known, right? This is the brand, right? This little thing is what activates the fast drying agent in it. It's like a super glue. It's finished. It's dry. Oh, there. It's dry. I didn't realize it had dried until the other day when I grabbed some to use, and I realized, and I've been devastated. There. It's dry. Like, I'm so sad. It dried in here. I get it from Galma. It's so strong. It's strong and it's fast drying. But that's not gonna work, and I've used the hot glue situation before, so I'm just gonna use that. Then we're gonna go off to bed. I have to decide tomorrow, do I start with the cakes, get the cakes out of the way, and then work on the other thing in the evening, or do I work on the flowers in the afternoon and then I'll probably start with the cake because I want to wrap it up as soon as possible. Tomorrow's Thursday. I need to have it in the freezer, like all the details and stuff like that. I need to like cling wrap it and all of that stuff and have it in the freezer by like 6 in the evening Friday. At least make sure that like I have a good 12 hours of it in the freezer, because I don't know what the hall is giving in terms of like temperatures. Is it gonna get hot in the hall and all of that stuff? So I really need the cake to be as cold as possible. I do. As far as Wednesday goes, this will be good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. My ghetto is hella gloomy today. There's a friend rolling up, and it's from by my street, and I'm vlogging. Morning. It's Thursday morning. I've just taken my dress in for adjustments. And I'm walking to the police station, which is right opposite, because I need to do something over there. But I'm gonna wait for these cars to pass because there's nowhere for me to walk anyway. Hi vlog. Hey, kuja video. Asana asin kuja video mos. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what do you know about you?
Hello. Hello.
And I'm the best welder in town.
My name is Moses Toll, a professional welder.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah,
boy. What bro will I Ish ya del. Abai boss. Most was our mutin ton charge up guy. Okay. And a good uzidi ya when I was zidi. 6'7".
61.
Wabler ragaudia abur nagam gachi biana basis strong. Open and garmo bergistain.
This is strong.
O the exajaya. Carol medi roba show and orgisantanamo.
Talking about the two.
It's what I'm going to say. Excuse. It's about 15ish.
47.
He's my hero. Moses, hello so much. Thank you, Moses.
e nngwe a dula ka mo edimo.
Way undocumented foreigners. And that's a story on the show today because it is significant. Someone who is renowned, someone who has celebrity status, someone who is deemed such a hero by so many millions of South Africans, someone who I'm willing to bet a lot of people who want to drive away undocumented foreigners support what he has done. So it's a significant kind of, let's just have to try to get someone to arrest committing a crime, stealing, and they say he's better than just trying to get by. Okay, story 4 of Crime Again today, technically 5 since James correctly mentioned is that the Malanga Commission has just requested tendered documents from the jury. I mean, you can try.
There was a sneak attack against them, yes, and a whole bunch of them died. And the pub in Liverpool is a way of commemorating that sacrifice. Yeah, that sacrifice.
So you are kind precincts and police stations and the rest. That is a consequence for us in terms of crime affecting our communities, our lives, our careers, our sense of safety on our streets, maybe affecting loved ones of ours, people we know at work. We have had to live through that, and now the call that we have felt seeing. No, that's not right. Is that right? The call that these police officers have, that we have had to tolerate, or at least like sit through, witnessing their extent of their corruption and their self-enrichment at our own cost. To now finally see this offense, which made me doubt or think he's engaged in criminal activities. But he was publicly known to be investigated, being investigated at the time of the tender being awarded new alleged on-off relationship for the Tembisa Hospital looting. And even more than that, Brigadier Rachel Macheng, which would have made me doubt or think he's engaged in any criminal activities. He was engaged in criminal activities with you, Rachel. You looked that sweet old man, this Madlanga, in his eyes, and you said you had no reason to believe that Cap Matala was involved in criminal activities. Allegedly, you were doing it with him. Doesn't this make it so much more galling now? It's so much more... Are you ever seeing that now? I don't think so, surely not, no. But then the question becomes, high enough, who's not implicated? And then people will say, and many have said, you know who has actually been an acting National Police Commissioner before? General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. But can we put him in, considering he is such a key accuser in this sector that happened to respond from that email and start using that email early to show that I'd be a good employee to Medicare 24 Tshwane District? To which Khone Ngambi said, no one ever gets a company email before a contract is signed. You said you never even got close to finally signing the contract and doing the work. You already got an email. And then... Dude, that's the...
Because this is going to be like on display for a while, I made the caramel a little bit dirtier than I usually would. And that it's a caramel cremeux. Like I added some gelatin to it so that it sets. And it's not runny, because that will add to making this a lot steady, which is what I require for this cake today. So, do you see, it's like holding. It's so good with regards to chocolate cake and stuff. Oh, goodness.
Leopards are a little bit of the forgotten, like, animals, right? People have the lion and the cheetah's so fast. I think leopard deserves more flowers.
Why didn't we have a cheetah and not a leopard? Why could we flowers? It can be a leopard, not a cheetah. I mean, yes, yeah.
I wasn't on a design team, but I'm sure we can tell you tomorrow. In fact, list of top cops that the presidency ordered after the first Madlanga interim report. There is so much to talk about kitchen, and now people want crop tops.
This is such a Cape Town story, man. It's oh my goodness.
Okay, let's get into all of it. Fani Masemola is facing this massive charge now. It's very serious. Jeff and Bernadette Wicks for their article this morning. Really, really excellent piece of work. In the continuing story of Wicks versus McLeod and every corrupt person in South Africa, the Wickses really are John Wicksing the hell out of just investigative journalism in the... He did nothing with that. Then the auditors in mid-January, he did nothing with that. And ultimately, the person who issued the directive to review, suspend, and then ultimately cancel the tender was Police Minister Senzo Mchunu. So if the Police Minister had not even...
We're gonna stack our top tier now. The tiniest tier can sometimes be the one with the most headaches because it's so delicate and so, but it's so pretty. It is so pretty. It just is. It is, you guys. And I've decided I'm gonna go right in with white chocolate ganache instead of doing the base, especially for this, because if it's gonna give me a hard time cracking and doing whatever, I don't want to deal with mixing in the dark chocolate ganache with the white. I deserve better. Shouldn't have done that. I need paper. For whatever reason, it's like sticking today. See, this is why I work ahead. I'm gonna try to find the center here of these sponges, so fold in half and then again in half, and you have that, like a pizza slice, right? A quarter of a situation. You fold it properly, don't be like me. And then that point right there is the center. And then I can make my holes using these big milkshake straws, boba straws or bubble straws or whatever you want to call them. I don't think this camera is... But I think you're hungry. Should eat something. That's a good idea. Siya kami ganito. Oo. Okay lang. Pagi ma, ayaw ka kasi. Okay, sige, bigyan ka may habi, kinasa ko ka presa, hindi malaw. Ikan ako sa. Dito ka kasi doon na kasi na kasi. Askis ma, thank you. Oo. Eh, awal to sa balik ko sa kanyo. Speaker na dek. Go.
Zero fix my hinge. Kaya ba pong charwan sa piyabi mo iskan gin?
Wala mo. Alifanya Zamban. Wabona Zamban lona?
Yes.
Ah. Duh. I did that for nothing. Yeah, fucking break my face. So you know how your edible paper sugar sheets come on a transparency paper like that? I keep these. I use them for all types of stuff, and this is one of the functions that I use it for. Forms a really nice barrier for when you're making double barrel cakes and you want to do them this way. If you ever dealt with double barrel cakes, you know sometimes when you're trying to like if the cake is still too cold, right? And I put the board on directly, and sometimes when you lift it, it can take a chunk off of the sponge at the bottom. So I cut these and I use them like to add as a layer, and it doesn't, like this won't stick to the sponge when I have to cut and stuff. It's gonna come off a lot cleaner when I have to portion. I'm actually hoping nobody asks me to cut the cake. I'm actually hoping everybody will be so carried away with all the festivities and what have you that people will forget that they want to eat cake, so I can also just be a normal guest at the party. But if they ask me to, I'll still be happy to do it because she's my friend and all of that. This is a 7-inch, and I'm looking at this floating device. I'm realizing now that it should be a 7-inch that sits on an 8-inch. Then you won't have to work so hard to conceal the mechanic, because it's, let me just show you. I'll just show you, it'd be better if I showed you. And another layer of buttercream. And another one of these. The top one is not as necessary, if you ask me. I don't usually put it on because it's like a normal cake board. It's like having it on a normal cake board. So I saw a crack here and there. That happens. It's annoying, but it happens. The idea was to stop here. This was the bottom tier that I costed for, that I budgeted for. And then a voice in my head was like, no, let's add another. Why? Because then it just becomes obnoxious, and like even stylistically My eye doesn't like it. It's just I wouldn't be able to take it with me to cut up for people. I really used to just make this size and think everything is fine.
So remember we dialed half of the bottom part of the cake. We're doing the same to the top part of the cake. Okay, the bottom tier. So it's all about structure. It may feel excessive to the person watching. Like, no, it's not. You gotta trust me. You have got to trust me, honey. Remember our transparency paper, I've been touching it with cream and stuff. But that's gonna sit here. It's got a hole in the center. See? It's gonna go there. This is what I'm afraid of. I feel like this is so... Oh no, it's gonna hide. That's gonna go inside our cake. So that I can start hiding it with ganache and making it look one with the cake, so you won't be able to see this disc. I'm gonna put some cream over it. Let's get to work. My ganache is set. I don't like that. Just like a bit, nothing crazy. See, now I think I should have actually made this an 8-inch, because that means some of this is gonna rest on the cake, and we're trying to avoid some things here. Our pin is gonna go in. You can wrap foil around here or plastic wrap something to create an extra barrier between this and the cake. I have a straw in there that I added, so it's gonna sit inside the straw. I have a straw in there, it's gonna go inside there. Not using the dark ganache at all, but never mind you that it keeps very well. It's set really hard at room. Okay, so okay, I have to tidy up, deal with that corner, and start on flowers. I've just gone to my storeroom the cake's so iced. He's so tall. This was not, it's not always intentional with me. I know I want to make a slim, tallish cake, right? It always just goes a little overboard. A little overboard. The initial idea was to use faux orchids to hide that and give that floating illusion. I didn't like the orchids I saw, and mostly I didn't like the price of them, and that I wasn't completely happy with them. So I might switch out the flower and use something else to hide that floating mechanic, so that the cake looks like it's floating.